that is someone who I've always been. But if I had myself as an older sister when I was younger, I feel like things would have went very different. So I want to kind of be that for others. I'm gonna curl my hair because it's atrocious. But I did this look. I was inspired by this look. It's not like exactly how I wanted it. I couldn't get the brown one quite right, but I think it's okay, you know. For the first time doing it. If I do it again, it might turn out better, but I like it. This video is about why I decided to embrace gyaru. Gyaru, I would say my first introduction, as with a lot of things, like with J-pop, K-pop and all that stuff, I was introduced to that very young, especially through cartoons like Teen Titans. I was introduced, the theme song is by Ayumi, Puffy. And then from there, and Inuyasha, I used to watch that early in the morning growing up. So I was very much introduced to like boa, K-pop, and ayumi, hamasaki, Miyamuro, all through just watching anime, watching cartoons. And like there was also Studio Ghibli movies, like Ponyo, I got introduced to that too, but mostly through, I think Inuyasha was my first real like connection to J-pop, and specifically gyaru. Ayumi Hamasaki, I listened to her so much growing up, more so than Miyamuro. I listened to her too, but Ayumi Hamasaki was the one for me. Maybe her music it feels like nostalgia, and it's very empowering. I think there's so many songs that she had, like Boys and Girls, or Evolution, Depend on You, July 1st, like literally I could go through all of her albums and pick a top 10, top 12, of all of her songs. Like her music is very inspiring. There's something in her voice, something with her fashion. She's gyaru, she's there, she's herself, and that really inspired me. I listened to her music whenever I felt down, and of course I didn't really start doing gyaru makeup until maybe a few years ago. And even then, I wasn't really, I don't think I was committed to it. I mean, I was, but then some, life, I think now it's just a point where, like, we live life in cycles, so you have all these interests when you're younger, and you kind of cycle through them, and you come back. My curlers were not one. I was trying to wait for them to warm up, or my little flat iron. But you cycle through things, and some things, you leave in the past, and some things you carry with you, and expound upon them in the future. And I am a part of many subcultures. I am goth, even though now I present more as gyaru. I might do some gothic gyaru looks, it might be more along the lines of VK. I like VK too. I like K-pop. I like Thai pop. Like, I have so many different interests, but gyaru is something, it's more than just an aesthetic, just like goth and all these other ones. Like, it's in being emo, I was emo. I listened to all the bands. I could tell you my favorite bands, my favorite songs, but with gyaru, along with the style, I think this style is something that's it's different, it's inspiring. Like, not necessarily it's like a cape almost, because when gyaru is a mindset with the style, so you have to be open to putting yourself out there, speaking up for things, and kind of you have to be yourself. And I know, like, dressing up, in a way that's so out there with crazy makeup, a lot of people could say that it's not being yourself, that it's, it's a mask, but you really have to step into something deep within to do something like this. And and you have to have the mindset. And as coming from someone who went through a period where I didn't feel like I could be myself with the people I had around me, with family, in abusive situations, or with just people that didn't see the real me, friends, whomever. Yeah, I still enjoy what I enjoyed. I've always had the mindset that I'm gonna do me regardless. But even more so than now, with the life that I'm living, I want to step even more into that. And gyaru, I feel very confident in this. And I've noticed that when I walk outside with this, when I walk down the street and people are like, oh wow, I've never seen that before. Like, oh, tell me about it. It's such a good feeling. Not the validation, but that you can inspire people. It's when you're being yourself, you can inspire others. You can make change, and that's something that the world needs right now, especially with things that are going like everywhere around the world. There's some problem, of course, but where I'm from America. I'm from the States, and right now there's a huge injustice happening there, and I can't say that I am some big activist, that I don't even have the biggest platform, but I do not stand with that. I don't stand with it. It's not like, let me play a little bit of music. Okay, the silence was killing me. I don't have a comb or anything. I'm just kind of winging it. First, just like straighten this. Hopefully this works. I need a curling wand, to be honest. It worked. Okay. But what was I saying? Yeah. America. It's very bad right now, and there are so many people that are there and having to deal like firsthand with everything that's going on. And myself, like, I don't agree with it, and we could protest and do all these things, but our people have been saying what's going on there, and no one believes you. You go to other countries, and in the past they would have this big idea about what life is, what your experience is, and that's not the case. It wasn't the case then, and definitely everyone can see now that it's not the case. So things are going the way that we saw it was going to go. And me personally, I didn't have the fight in me. Maybe because of my ancestors, because of what I've already been through. I didn't have the fight in me to stay there and to deal with it. Not deal with it as in it's something you can just throw away, but like deal with it like mentally, And I think as much as I did nothing. As much as you need to know when to fight, you also need to know your actual limits of whether or not you're going to be able to recover from something. But that's not the point. The point is that I don't stand being gyaru, being open, being yourself, especially on the internet, can be a scary thing. And to admit publicly that I do not stand for America, the country that I'm from. I don't stand for the orange tea rump. that mentality and that what's going on there, it's horrifying. To admit that publicly as someone who wants to build a platform, it's important, especially given the type of person that I am and the person I am becoming, to know where I stand. And I know where I stand. And if I want to continue to inspire others, I need to be very honest, like, with myself and with people that are supporting me on this platform. And that's scary, but I guess it's something I just haven't really said. Or I have, but I was kind of scared that what would happen if I did say it publicly. That is so cute. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. This video is more so about why I became gyaru. I just saw some horrifying stuff on, TikTok. And I do believe, like, you should stay informed, but also, like I said, when to step away, when know your limits. We still need people that are bringing light into this world. We can't just look at darkness all the time. And it's not even about keeping hope alive. I mean, it kind of is, but more so like, for the sake of being human, you can only consume so much darkness. People that are creating happy content should still keep doing that. And don't hate on people that are trying to bring light into this world just because there is darkness. That literally that's against the point. Why I'm a gyaru? One, I do like the makeup style. It's fun, it's very fun. There's so many options, so many different substyles you can be and do. And just because you're a part of one substyle doesn't mean you can't experiment. Before, when I tried this, I felt very like the rules are da. And yeah, there are rules. There are simple, like, there are guidelines. Like, you have to have the mindset. You have to wear the makeup and the clothes. And you have to be yourself and be out there. Be public. You can't be gyaru and be, like, in your shell. You know what I'm saying? So there is that aspect. And I like that. That's what drew me to it. It's very powerful. It's empowering. Another thing, like, of course I love fashion, so I get to mix that in. There's a lot of anime like icons that you can look up to and learn from. And the community, it is welcoming, that's hard to say about the goth community, and I will be goth because I listen to goth music, but I don't know if I'll be participating in some of the spaces. I'll go to a goth club, but but yeah, the community is very open if you are serious about being gyaru. Another thing, there's the dances. Para is so fun. I used to, like, sometimes I have a hard time dancing, and it's not that, like, some dances I can do very easily and others I just cannot. I don't know what it is. So para is something, there's different levels, and you can challenge yourself and do a harder dance, or you could do an easier dance. You can do tech para, you can do regular para, and there's probably other styles too. I just know those two for now. You can have fun with it. It's very fun, along with the mindset, just being able to step into a more confident version of myself. The person that can do all these things, can inspire others, that can, like, be there. Right now, I very much feel like I'm the person I needed when I was younger. A person that wasn't afraid to stand up for things that are right or against things that are wrong, that isn't afraid to just be themselves unapologetically. someone who is open to trying new things and enjoying life. Doing this, like, it's a way that I can do that, and it's also an outlet, you know, an outlet for me to express my creativity. There's so many wonderful things. Not to mention it's just cool. It's cool. It's cute. It's cool. A bit quirky, and it goes against the norm. It challenges the norm, and that is someone who I've always been. But if I had myself as an older sister when I was younger, I feel like things would have went very different. So I want to kind of be that for others. Maybe I am right now, or maybe I still have some steps to take before I can get there, but yeah. Yeah. Alright, enough of that. I do not want to cry. I already cried earlier. I want to talk about some of my favorites. What is your favorite, like, your favorite gyaru icon? I've been looking into, like, Black Diamond. They're all manba gyaru. I guess I used to say that I didn't have a specific sub-style that I was, but yeah, I'm dark, you know? Why can't I could just be manba, even though it kind of, at first I thought it sucked that I would just be placed there because I'm black, but I think more black girls should get into gyaru. We literally, the style is so us, it's so Y2K, it's very much based on like that early 2000s, like black, Latino, like culture and stuff. It translates, there you go. And it looks good. This style, it looks good on darker skin. So, I mean, all of them do, but this one, it's eye-catching, you know? Very much in line with the bright styles we used to wear back then anyways, that were called ghetto. But I think more people should embrace it. That's some things I like. I think if we go to Ayumi Hamasaki, one of my favorite, I listed a bunch of songs from her, but one of my favorite looks. Oh, there's this group called, or this artist, they're called Double. I love them. I don't want this to be demonetized. I wonder if I even did anything. What was the cover of that album? That just, it literally, well, my favorite song from her is Fairyland. I think Fairyland, or Her Place. And it's the remix version. Well, I like the original version too, but the remix is so cool. She has an album called Kyoko Fukada. I'm pretty sure that's the one. But Duty, the song Duty is on there. Evolution, like a lot of her hit songs are on there, on that album. But the picture, like, she's kind of like naked, but her hair is covering these, you know. That's fun. And then there's another one, I'm not sure if it's the same album or another one, where she's wearing like leopard print, and it's such a look, you know. Another artist I kind of like is Yayoi Daimon. I haven't heard anything from her recently, but she has some good songs. That's very loud. And Chanina. But let me know why you became gyaru, or are you interested in it, you know? And if so, like, why? If you are gyaru, why? What's your favorite part? Do you like para para? You know, like, what, you know, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, any tea? Got any favorite people you like to watch on YouTube? Music artists, whatever, let me know. But yo, Chanmina, can't believe she married Ash Island. Like, high key, I don't know who to be jealous of, but good for them. And they got baby. They got baby. Good for them. Good for them. Right. I don't have any storage.